Welcome back, everyone, inside Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse. We are coming to you from the Budweiser Brewhouse, one of the new and amazing places to take in the game at the transformed FieldHouse. Monsters, Belleville Senators, round 3 of 4 this year. And we welcome in now the third member of our broadcast team, making his Monsters TV debut. You know him, you love him. He's your captain. Zach Dalpe's with us. Dalpes, welcome aboard.
Yeah, thanks for having me. My dad always said I had a face for radio, but I guess I'm ahead of the game now. So I'm excited to be in your presence, Tony, and always with you, Jock, so thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Let's take a look at the goalies heading into today's game. Monsters going with Brad Thiessen. He's making just his 7th appearance of the year. On the other side, Joey Decord. He's 14-6-2 in 23 appearances for the Senators this year. Players are at center ice, and Jock, what do you think of the view upstairs as we get going here? We're on the end of the rink, but if I'm a fan, I can't think of a better place to watch the game.
Oh, this is awesome. You can see the hockey so well, and you can have a cold one. You're right behind you. You just go grab one and back to watching the game.
I see you sort of seeding the ground there for what might happen later in the show. We'll wait and we'll see. Monsters in their black uniforms here at home, returning after a 6-game road trip that ended on Wednesday in a 4-3 overtime loss, as you saw off the top of our show, in Toronto to the Marlies. Take a look at the Belleville Senators head coach. It's Troy Mann. Monsters fans remember him from when he guided the Hershey Bears to the Calder Cup Finals in 2016. Right now, his Senators are the 3rd best team in the standings league-wide in the American Hockey League. The puck is down. We're underway in the opening frame of this one. Monsters in their black uniforms are left to right in this first period, and the Senators, top affiliate of the Ottawa Senators, in white, they're right to left. Tapped into the offensive zone. Senators go to work behind Brad Thiessen. He's normally in your spot, Zach Dalpe, at ice level, but now you got a pretty good front row seat to see him play tonight.
Yeah, I forgot how fast the game looks. It's been a fast start, obviously, with this Belleville line, so I miss it for sure.
Back into the offensive zone here for Cleveland. Maxime Fortier out there with Ryan McInnes, and now a puck drifts high in the air. Fix-Wolanski tracking it, but it's taken away by the Senators. Recently reacquired by Belleville, Darren Archibald, big forward, was with the Senators last year. It was a trade deadline pickup, Jocko. We know what he can do in this league. He's been competing in the American League for some time, and successfully so.
Yeah, he plays physical. He can add some offense and some leadership.
Take a look at the bottom of the screen for our television viewers at your Injury and Scratch Report presented by University Hospital Sports Medicine. Monsters have 4 players out of the lineup due to injury today. One of them is Zach Dalpe. That's why he's able to join us, but also Marco Dano, Ryan Collins, and Justin Scott are out. To the offensive end, Belleville trying a lateral feed there. It's picked off. Cleveland counters the other way. Tapped into the offensive zone as Vigneault joined here on that right wing carry by Brandon Troop. Out to the center point. Adam Clendening fires. It's tipped on the way to the net, but Decord, a good early stop, hangs on, and that will halt time with 18:23 remaining in the opening period.
I like the way that Monsters went to the net there. He got Clendening with the puck. He's so smart, so observant, so he gets guys to the front of the net, and he get it to your stick.
2-point night for Adam Clendening. Last time out on Wednesday in Toronto, he scored that goal that forced overtime, earned Cleveland a point in the standings. Belleville wins the defensive zone draw. They sling it to center. It goes all the way down. Icing here against the Senators. And the faceoff will come back inside the Belleville zone. Take a look at our officials tonight. As assigned by the American Hockey League, it's a 4-man crew. The referees are Justin Kia and Sean Fernandez. Kyle Flemington and C.J. Murray working the lines.
Brandon Troop has done a great job for the Monsters since being brought up last week, or 2 weeks ago, I guess now. Nice big body with some hockey sense.
Ozone draw here and fed into the Cleveland zone, winding and firing from the right circle. That one labeled off a body and out of play there from the right point. Big heavy clap, and Zach, you said the game's moving fast down there. Belleville moves fast. They are a potent offensive team. A lot of weapons for this group.
Yeah, you look at the guys they have up with the Senators, but still with Formanton down, he's got great numbers for the rookies, so Cleveland better be on their toes for sure, so it's going to be a good exciting game.
Here's a look at the captain, Jordan Schwartz, taking this draw against Sam Vigneault. Schwartz kicked out. Here's Formanton. His numbers eye-popping, Jock. He's certainly known for his speed, and certainly productive too in his rookie campaign in the American League. Monsters won the draw, floated ahead, avoid icing here as Decord slugs one below the goal line, skims all the way out to center,
Yeah, we saw Formington in Belleville earlier in the year, and I couldn't believe how fast this kid was, and I think he got a few points against us that night.
Yes, he did. He's got 2 points in 2 games against the Monsters this year. 47 points, top 10 in the league, second among rookie skaters. Monsters work in the offensive zone. Their left corner as they kick it below the goal line. Brian Moore tried to possess and could not. Taken away, and it is plugged out to center by Belleville. They'll slide one ahead into the offensive zone. Skated down the right wing. Meeting his man there was Mike Prapavesis. Down the end wall and from the left half-boards. Played below the goal line by Jonathan Aspero. Retrieved by Cleveland. Left side of their own end. Flicked up, not out of the defensive zone. And now slid forward by Dylan Simpson. An aggressive push-up ice, and the Senators right back to work. Big drive, left circle. That one floats high for Parker Kelly, and it ricochets out to center.
One thing about Belleville, they don't just have a few guys up top of the scoring. They got some balanced scoring. They got some guys further down the lineup that have some good numbers.
Offside here as that puck came off a stanchion, and Barash played it inside the offensive zone. Fans, the Monsters would like to thank University Hospital Sports Medicine, the Vision Development Team, Eastlake Dental Arts, and Bubanic Chiropractic for being the official medical team of the Cleveland Monsters. And Zach Dalpe, you have certainly had the services of that great medical team this year, battling injury. I know it's been a long road to recovery for you, but a lot of great support from our medical staff here with the Monsters.
I think absolutely. You're playing in Cleveland. You got some of the best medical hospitals in the world, so I'm lucky to have them take care of me for sure.
Monsters out of the defensive zone now play forward as we approach the 4-minute mark of the scoreless opening period. Shots are one apiece. Cleveland able to grab this puck and slide into the offensive zone. The feed just out of the reach on the left wing of Derek Barash, and taken by Belleville, but coughed up at center. Anton Carlson played it ahead, and DeCord, the goaltender, helped start the breakout up the right side for Joseph Labate. He goes across to the left side of center where Nicholas Baptiste, former Toronto Marley, former Milwaukee Admiral, dumps it into the Cleveland zone, and Clendening collects for the home team. Clendening up through the neutral ice area. This skated to the offensive blue line, tapped in by Ryan McInnes, and offside delayed call was on and now signaled as never tagging at center was McInnes there. Ryan McInnes, Jock, has been excellent as of late for the Monsters, up to second on the team in scoring, and he's currently riding a 3-game point streak. He is a guy that really has been consistently productive for Cleveland this year and plays a 200-foot game.
Yeah, he's had such a good year. Last year he struggled a little bit offensively, but he's got his confidence early here in this year, and then he got a big boost when he went up to Columbus. It seemed like when he came back from Columbus, he was like, oh, I'm this close, and he's been playing really well offensively and defensively for that matter since he came back from Columbus.
Oh, backhander there for Belleville's Vitaly Abramov. Monster fans remember him from parts of 2 seasons with Cleveland earlier in his career. Hey fans, enroll in the Monsters Last Minute Tickets program by Pogo Seat to receive exclusive access to last minute deals. Choose the seats you want. Purchase with a quick reply text message. A mobile ticket will be instantly sent to your device. Sign up for Last Minute Monsters tickets at clevelandmonsters.com/pogo. That's clevelandmonsters.com/POGO today. No score, first period, 5 minutes in with Jock Callander and Zach Dalpe. Tony Brown here with you. Freshly back from Columbus, Calvin Turcoff tried to center there. Now Fix Molansky has a look, feeds it left circle, back to the near doorstep from McInnes to Fixie, and it was underneath his capture. High slot there, Turcoff drops it off, left point down from the blue line. It's Summerby sliding one through the slot without incident, and Abramov escapes, and he'll skate forward. Drops it off for Murray, dumps it into the Monster zone, and the puck deflects out of play. Halting time with 15:10 to go in the opening period. Zach, what do you remember about Vitaly Abramov as a teammate, and what can the Monsters expect tonight seeing him as an opponent?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't really get a good sample size with him. I didn't think he reached his full potential when he played for us. Obviously, he's had some good numbers in Belleville. Very skilled. Maybe has a little bit of what I call a junior mentality, but hopefully he's learned a few tricks here as his pro seasons progress. So.
Abramov wearing that familiar number 11 for the Senators. You just heard the voice of Zach Dalpe. Lucky enough to have him with us tonight, filling in for Brad Thiessen, who is filling in the goal crease, so he's occupied at the moment.
Lucky to be here.
Up ahead, Monsters dump into the offensive zone. Brandon Troop finishes a hit on the end wall. And it's flicked out to center now, captured, and the Senators going to have a 2-on-1. Swartz driving the net in the left circle, toe drag, a shot off the post, up for grabs towards the Monsters net. It floats into the far corner, and Cleveland will flick it out to center. Close call. Dalpe, you had a front row seat for that one. What did that rush look like?
It was just a skill play. I think it was Clendenning was the D-man. He did everything he could, but sometimes the guy just makes a skill play, and luckily the post came into play there too.
Take a look at the replay here as it's icing against Belleville. Faceoff's going to come back inside the Senators zone. As Brad Thiessen got a little help from his best friend, the goalpost there. Carcone with the toe drag, and he's able to release Jock, and that one looks like it went off Thiessen before it hit the bar.
Yeah, and then lucky it wasn't banged into the back of the empty net there. I don't know if it slid out.
Just stayed there from what I saw, but no goals, no goals, so we'll keep playing.
Back to the junior thing, Dalpe. It is a huge jump from junior hockey, even college hockey and junior hockey to pro. There's a whole new level here.
Yeah, I think it's puck management. I think some of these kids might learn the hard way. I'm not saying Vitali is learning the hard way, but you see that kind of creep into these kids' games nowadays.
Back in the Monsters' defensive end, Moore delivers a hit on his counterpart. 16 in black, hitting 16 in white. Joseph Labate.
The thing I noticed back when I played junior, when you're playing junior and you're putting up numbers, you don't have to play defense because you got the puck the whole game, right? And then you come to pro and now you got to play both ends of the ice.
Yeah, the hockey gods are very unforgiving when it comes to pro if you turn the puck over. So some kids have to learn the hard way. I had to learn the hard way just like you, Jock, I can imagine. So, you hopefully get to that point where you're making consistent plays for sure.
I definitely sat out a few games my first year.
Clendenning up the right side for Sherwood. Deflects back to the Monsters' top scorer, Adam Clendenning, behind his own net. Almost 7 minutes gone in the opening period. No score. Shots 3-1 for the visitors from Belleville, Ontario. Now Clendenning slides out from behind his own cage, and the breakout feed ahead to Sherwood. His pass floats into the clutches here of Forte towards the net, tried to force it to a driving Derek Barash. Deflected below the goal line, and it's taken away by Belleville. Deflected puck goes into the Cleveland bench. That'll halt time with 12:49 remaining in the opening period. We'll step away. Monsters and Senators scoreless in the early going from the Budweiser Brewhouse inside the FieldHouse. It's Monsters Hockey, the Monsters Hockey Network.
Well, I think the highest compliment that I can give Zach is the fact that Zach did some things with his teammates earlier in the year that were up on the big screen, and my wife said, he's got a future in that. So you better watch out there, young Tony. So I think he'll be great at it.
That is Mike Eves discussing the television debut of his captain, Zach Dalpe, who's our ice level analyst tonight. Welcome back to Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse. Dalpe's not bad. You get Evers' endorsement, and Mrs. Eves is looking forward to tonight's telecast.
Yeah, I'll take that. I know I have some big shoes to fill with Brad Thiessen, so I'm just happy to be here and see the game from this level. It makes me miss it a little bit more for sure.
Looking forward to having you back on the ice, but this will do for an evening as the Monsters and Belleville Senators are scoreless here midway through the opening period of the first game back at home for Cleveland in 6 straight after a lengthy road trip. Monsters behind their own net. See this forced up into the left, make that right circle of their own zone, and now ahead it was Turkoff with the pass from Fix-Wolansky scrubbing inside the Belleville line. Recovered there by Christian Wolanin, sends one all the way down. This will be icing against Belleville. Face off back into the offensive zone for the Monsters. Quick reminder, folks, hop on Twitter. Send me a question at Tony Brown PXP. You must use the Ask the Booth hashtag, but send us a question. If we pick your query to answer on the air in our second intermission, you'll win 2 free tickets to a future Monsters game by virtue of our Monsters Twitter Ask the Booth question of the night. Face off, left side O-zone. Here's a look at what we're seeing inside Budweiser Brewhouse here. At Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse. It's a great spot to watch the game, whether you're calling it or just enjoying the action. Shot from the left point there by Prapavesis. Blocker saved to Cord. Back out to Prapavesis at the line. Connects with Dylan Simpson. Slides it down the end wall in behind the Belleville net. It's now battled for by Sam Vigneault and Joseph Labate for the Senators. Vigneault tries to connect with Truk. Nudges it to the far half wall. With it there, it's Simpson out to the line. And Bittner helps hold the zone. Simpson fires his shot, that off a Belleville skate. And now this one kicked into the Senators bench, halting time with 11:37 to go in the opening period. Hey fans, Sunday, that's this Sunday at 3, catch the Rising Stars of the NBA G League when the Canton Charge come to Cleveland to host Fort Wayne. Kids 14 and under are free with an adult ticket purchase of just $8, and there's $1 sodas and $2 hot dogs. Plus, the first 4,000 fans receive an exclusive bobblehead of Canton Hall of Famer Jim Thorpe, presented by Visit Canton. For tickets, go to rocketmortgagefieldhouse.com or the box office. Another offensive zone face-off for the Monsters, looking for that ice-breaking tally here. Pushed in behind the net in their offensive zone. Walk 4 on the inboards. And this one for Jared Van Warmer, not easy to pry free out of 4 pairs of skates behind the Senators' cage. Wedged over towards Abramov, now using the kick plate, fed to the line. Here's Clendening, his shot blocked, but he'll recover as it bounced off the shin pads there. The player pressuring him, that's Philip Schlappick, back into the O zone for Cleveland. Dumped by Brian Moore, off the legs of his opposition, in behind the net in his offensive zone, up for grabs, far boards, and Clendening fires one on. This one patted away by DeCord and controlled by Doherty, another former Milwaukee Admiral. As the Monsters get a change, it will be the Senators looking to break out.
Monsters doing a good job so far this period, keeping Belleville at bay.
Just 5, make that 6 combined shots in the game, 4-2 for the visitors. Back inside the Belleville line, former Syracuse Crunch defenseman Hubert Labrie leaves it near circle. Spinning back. This is controlled now by Max Lajoie, and he will start the breakout. Swings up the right side of his own zone, hits his own blue line, patrols through center. Into the offensive end on the left wing, fights through a hip check attempt there, and the pass comes back out towards that left point. D-to-D was ineffective, and so it trickles back inside the Belleville line as we hit the halfway mark here in the first period. Zach, what are the Monsters doing well to sort of gum up the works at center here tonight through the neutral zone for this high-flying Belleville team?
Well, I think it starts with that big line with Bittner, Truk, and I'm not quite sure who the third guy is.
Sambino down the middle.
They're playing a heavy game right now, and I know there's only 2 shots on net, but the war of attrition seems to be working, so just got to continue doing that.
Good speed there for Maxime Fortier, almost caught up to that puck in front of DeCord. Here comes Formanton into the offensive zone, fed one in front, and Thiessen gets a piece of it off his pad into the near corner of the Cleveland zone. Wedged back out towards the right point. Able to be held in there by Jonathan Aspero into the corner. Senators able to twist back below the goal line. As waiting for a pass is Schlappick, comes into the slot, high release there, and it's off the end glass. Monsters take over as Christopher Clapperton. There's a great hockey name for you, sent it high and wide.
That's got to be one of the best in the game right there.
It really is.
Holy.
Back out towards the point, and it's picked up now for a skate ahead by Parker Kelly, offside. And a little late shove from Clendening there draws the attention of a couple of Senators. There's Mr. Clapperton right up in your grill, Zach Dalpe. As Clendening, Dalpe is no stranger to that sort of thing.
Yeah, the sheriff, Clendening. I love it. I love the policing that he does out here.
Let's take a break here midway through the first period. 9:02 left in the frame. It's scoreless in Cleveland on the Monsters Hockey Network. 9:02 left in the first period. No score between the Monsters and Belleville Senators. Calvin Turcoff recently ticked off his resume, his first NHL appearance for the Blue Jackets. He told us about it this morning.
First thought was, I can't believe I'm actually there. But you got to realize you work for it all your life, and you got to enjoy those moments.
And enjoy them he did. Calvin able to share that experience, at least his second NHL game with his dad, who made the trip from Switzerland. Lucky he stayed up for more than one contest, Jock, because his dad didn't arrive in time for his first NHL game in Nashville last Saturday.
Yeah, I know his parents have been here quite a few times, and they, the whole family, they enjoy the Cavs. He often asks about Cavs tickets.
Probably the best ones too, eh, Jock?
Yeah.
Down on the court.
Puck goes all the way down the ice. Looking for that first goal of the game. Dalpe, as a more experienced player on this team, it's fun to see these young guys get their first taste of life in the show, right?
Absolutely. Like I just remember mine like it was yesterday. It was 2010. It was in Helsinki, Finland, of all places. But Paul Maurice told me you only get your first game once, so you better enjoy it. And I think Calvin did that.
He certainly did. Icing here against the Monsters. Draw will come back inside the Cleveland zone. And coming up in our first intermission, we've got a lot of ground to cover between frames 1 and 2. From inside the Budweiser Brewhouse, we will first, at the end of the period, hear from a Monsters player outside the dressing room live. Then take a look at an awesome program honoring area veterans. It's Hockey for Heroes in conjunction with Volunteers of America. We'll also have your highlights and stats heading into the middle stanza. Jock, this is just fun to be up here tonight. This is an area of the arena we don't ever get to see, really, especially not while we're calling the action. a bit of an adjustment being on the end of the rink, but for the atmosphere up here in the Brewhouse, it can't be beat.
Yeah, and the sightlines are really good, and the crowd's great tonight, so everything's good. Once I get a cold one in my hand, it'll be perfect.
Not too subtle on your part there for that request, but I'm sure there's some folks here that'd be happy to help you out. Moments ago, Thiessen with a good save on a center point offering from Lajoie. Puck into the Monsters' corner where Clendening hacked it around the end wall, then sent back to the back door as Labate was lurking outside the Cleveland goal crease. But it skitters in front of Zach Dalpe down at ice level. Back to the far post of the Monsters' net and angled off the wall. Lajoie has it, center point. He's at top of the right circle, and spinning is Joseph Labate as he's able to hold the line. But Clendening picks up, spins his body, and offers the distance. This will be icing, however. Goes all the way down, and the faceoff back to the Cleveland zone. Still no score, 7:32 left in this first period. The shot 6-3. There's Brandon Troop. Jock, you talked about him. He's on a PTO, joined the Monsters from ECHL South Carolina, but he's been productive. He's a point-per-game guy in his last 4 games with 2 goals, 2 assists over that span. Over 100 AHL appearances for the former Dallas Stars draft choice. It's been a really valuable pickup on a PTO basis.
Yeah, and I like the way he uses his body, a big body and a fairly mobile skater that creates some offense. The Monsters definitely need offense right now.
Corrado starts the breakout now for Belleville. There's the dangerous Alex Formanton. Feeds one ahead, it's touched in deep, and now we've got a whistle. I believe the draw will come all the way back to the Senators zone as that puck was untouched as it went all the way down ice. Icing against the Senators. You know, we talked about how high-flying these Senators are. Let's take a look at their big 3. Luckily for the Monsters, one of them is not in action today. That's Josh Norris, called up to Ottawa, but 30 goals for Norris, 58 points. Formanton, top 10 in the league in points with 47, and Drake Batherson, ho-hum, 10th in the league in scoring with 47 points. Monsters' top scorer this year is Clendening with 38, so suffice it to say, Belleville knows how to create offense.
And Batherson's only played 38 games, so
that tells you anything. Sharp angle shot for Sherwood. Save made by Decord, reaches out and covers it. Belleville leads the league with 212 goals scored this year. The only team with over 200 goals scored in the league, and on a per-game basis, averaging 3.72 goals per 60 minutes. Zach, that is a lot of offense for Belleville this season.
Yeah, some of these rookies' numbers are, for lack of a better term, insane. Like I remember when I was a young guy, it was hard to produce points, and it seems like they're not going to spend too much time in this league at that pace.
Well, Norris is up with Ottawa right now, so
they're missing Brandstrom from the back end, who's an offensive guy out of the lineup tonight.
Formanton grabs it as we're inside of 7 to go in this scoreless opening period. Puck forced around, picked up far side of the Monsters' defensive end, touched back towards the Cleveland goal line, and Barash will track it. Plays it forward. Here's Mike Prapavesis, churning the legs out to the neutral zone, finds the red line, dumps it in deep. Sherwood after it there. Little slash on the stick of Decord there. It's picked up by Ryan McInnes now. McInnes, sharp angle, sends it off the outside of the net. Picks up his own rebound. Tries to stash into the slot. Gets it to Turkov. Turkov turns towards the front of the net. Tries the wraparound to Decord there with the left pad.
Good try there by Turk.
You can just see as Belleville escapes up ice, Monsters turn aside that rush. The confidence that these players have. You talked about McInnes earlier after his first taste of life in the NHL. Turkov and a lot of guys this year just see their confidence bloom once they get a taste and prove to themselves that they can compete at the next level. As we're going to step away now. Under 6 to play in the first. No score between the Monsters and Belleville in Cleveland. It's Monsters hockey. We're live from the Budweiser Brewhouse inside Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse.
Hey Cleveland, this is Jerry the King Lawler, and let's send it back to Tony and Jock in the Budweiser Brewhouse.
It does not get much better than that. Not only are we upstairs at the Brewhouse, but Jerry the King Lawler, WWE legend, welcoming us back to the broadcast. He's going to be here in our second intermission tonight to talk all things WWE. He's a guy who loves this city of Cleveland. He loves his Cleveland Browns. And we got a lot to talk about with King, Jock, between frames 2 and 3.
Yes, it's a very entertaining sport, wrestling. Used to go a few times myself when I was a kid.
You think you would have made much of a brawler, Jock?
No.
Jock, you kind of played in the WWF era for hockey.
Yeah. only the guys weren't that as big as the wrestlers.
Back to
I
action
would have
here.
been in a lightweight division.
Flyweight.
Yeah.
Monsters back to action here with no score late in this opening period. Turnover for Belleville. Here's Ryan McInnes. Fires and a pad save by DeCourt. Flashed that left leg. Able to make the stop as this puck lofted back to center. I've been impressed, Jock, so far with the Monsters. They really have not allowed Belleville to create much offensively, and we know that's the Senators' game, is to get off the rush in transition and create plays.
Well, that like the two spurts, the one where they hit the post, but other than that, the Monsters have done a good job.
It's another PTO pickup. Jared Van Warmer from ECHL Allen. He's got a stick in his skate right now and gets some help from Lajoie, remedying that situation as the puck is back into the Cleveland zone with 4.5 left in the opening period. Monsters the edge in shots here, 6-5, and just 4.5 left. Belleville back inside their own line. They'll regroup. Jack Doherty settles a puck on edge, joined by Lajoie, and he'll wait for the Senator forwards to swing up ice. Clapperton calls for a pass. Instead, Lajoie strides into the offensive zone on the left wing. Cuts back, top of the near circle, out to the center point. Doherty into the right circle. Clapperton doesn't live up to his moniker there, Dalpe, and fanned on that one-time bid.
A little disappointed there. You can't be fanning on a puck when your last name's Clapperton.
Bounces out to center.
You got to be able to take a clapper.
Into the center circle, and Brandon Troop knows how to do that. We've seen that a couple of times. Coach Eves has said he really likes that. When Troop's coming down the wing, he often unleashes that slapper. There's Troop towards the net for a save by DeCourt, who's been sharp early. No stranger to releasing the puck. Monsters need that mentality.
Yeah, you got to get the puck to the net and create chances if you're struggling offensively.
Worth noting, Cleveland in their last 2 games in both of those contests, under 20 shots on goal in each of those games. Big drive from the point there. Anton Carlson had his shot deflected wide. Now it's picked up at center by the Senators. They're into the offensive zone. It's Nicholas Baptiste. Cuts back, high slot, slides one into the near circle. Quick release there on net, and the save by Thiessen as Philip Schlappick fired from the dot. Now the Monsters again lift one over everyone's head, but it checks up shy of icing in front of DeCourt, the Belleville goaltender. 3 minutes left in period number 1. Shot 7-6 for the Monsters. Another turnover forced here. It's Derek Barash. Slides one in front, no one home in the slot. Fortier recovers out to the line. Waiting there, Steve Johnson offers one on net, and it's gloved by DeCourt, who hangs on. And after the fact, Corrado and Barash exchange a few shoves. Derek Barash, Zach Dalpe, has been an important player for Cleveland this year, kind of a depth centerman, but he's an energetic guy, and he can chip in some offense with need be.
Yeah, I love the way we call him Barry, but the way he plays, he's got a sandpaper type aspect that he adds for a little, or not a little guy, but a smaller player. Yeah, I've always been a huge fan of the way he plays for sure. Former
captain at Mercyhurst in his college days, just down the road in Erie, PA. Joined the Monsters end of last season. One pass ahead here after that draw for Belleville, goes down for icing. Another offensive zone faceoff coming up. Steve Johnson, too, Jock. I mean, a lot of these guys that have signed PTO contracts this year have become big parts of the team. Probably no one more than Johnson. Former University of Minnesota Golden Gopher, was with Wheeling in the ECHL earlier this season. Just a steady, consistent defenseman with some offensive upside. Former LA Kings draft choice.
Yeah, he's taking full opportunity of his chance here with playing a lot of minutes and playing well. He skates well, moves the puck, keeps things simple, and doesn't make many mistakes.
Puck lifted out to the neutral zone. Formanton dumps it in, and Brad Thiessen leaves it behind his own net. 7th appearance of the year for Thiessen. He's 3-0 at home this season. And of course, a fan favorite and one of the most respected guys in the dressing room. Monsters create a turnover here, up ice, a breakaway. Fortier fires it to Court, the save. Fortier into the end wall heavily there as Sherwood fed him to make that play. Great opportunity, the best of the game so far for Cleveland. They're not done yet. From the slot, McInnes fires to Court, and it trickled through him, and the Senators sweep it off the goal line. Saving a goal was Christian Willanen, who was Johnny on the spot as he skates forward now and tries to erase that memory of a near miss for the Monsters.
Yeah, that was going in, it rolling, and it was going to go in if Willanen didn't get his stick there in time.
Back into the far corner, Monsters defensive zone. Comes back out to the point, D-to-D, Doherty Connects, left point, big drive, save Thiessen, a rebound. That might have gone off the goal post too. Loose in behind Thiessen, a mad scramble, and it's somehow kept out of the net by Brad, who's laying inside the cage. It's still scoreless as things break down, but the Monsters hold the fort late in the opening period.
Well, they're giving Summerby a penalty, but the guy poked after the whistle, was poking away, and Doyle, I thought, did the right thing and just threw the guy down.
Let's take a look first at the breakaway for Fortier as DeCourt comes up with the save there. Awkwardly there, Max goes into the end wall, and then at the opposite end of the ice, or rather this is the play that followed. McInnes with the shot. This trickles through, you see it right there. Swept off the goal line by Wolanin. And now at the other end of the ice, the big brouhaha that leads to Summerby's penalty. Monsters will face their first penalty kill of this opening period here with just over a minute remaining in the first frame. And Jock, kind of surprising looking at the numbers, just 13th in the league on the power play for Belleville, an offensive team, but not a great extra man unit.
Yeah, they use their speed on the rush, maybe not so much on the power play, but right there, Zach, you don't get 50 goals like that Belleville player. I didn't catch his number, side of the net. He had a wide open net. If he stops there, he's got a goal.
That's Vitaly Abramov.
There's your junior mentality. He was going behind the net. He had a wide open net. If he stays there, it's right here. He's still going behind the net. Like, stop and bang, bang, bang. Like, put your nose over that puck and put it in.
I'm okay he didn't score that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great save by Thiessen. Some help and questionable roughing call now to Summerby. So, working on the power play in the offensive zone are the Senators in the final minute of this opening period that is thus far scoreless. Simpson comes away with the puck. You see for our television viewers, especially teams' numbers on the screen there. Monsters PK, top 10 in the league, just under 85% this year, and 18.2% on the power play for Belleville, 13th in a 31-team AHL.
Yeah, the Monsters' penalty kill has been pretty consistent this year. They had a little rough patch there for a while, but overall they've been pretty consistent.
Another great stick-on puck moment there for Tarek Barash as he hounds Wolanin back into his own zone. Just a minute and 10 seconds left on the power play, but only 25 seconds left in the period. Shot goes high and wide of Thiessen. Down from the right point, the zone held by Belleville. Centering feed in the slot. Formanton finds it and scores. Alex Formanton, the high-flying rookie, beats the buzzer in period one with a power play goal, and Belleville leads it 1-0.
Yeah, the puck bounced right back out to him. Monsters were doing a pretty good job. We got a bad bounce there, and he's right in the slot all by himself and makes no mistake firing that low to the stick side on Thies.
Well, Formanton, the beneficiary of a great feed to find him in front. Time of the goal is 19 minutes and 42 seconds here in the first period, and for Formanton, it is his 25th of the year and 48th point to power play strikes. The Monsters 0 for 1 on the kill, back to full and even strength, and now just 10 seconds left in this opening period. Less than that now as the puck taken by Belleville, tossed to the neutral zone. That's it, horn sounds, and the first period is over. So Belleville with a 1-0 lead thanks to that goal in the final minute of period one from Alex Formanton, his 25th of the season, a power play goal. And Jock, a lot to like, though, despite the deficit heading into the second period, about the way that the Monsters played in the first.
Yeah, they played pretty well. You hate to give up a goal in the last minute of any period, or the first minute for that matter, but the Monsters played pretty well, but you could see that Belleville, they can strike at any time.
Certainly a dangerous team. We mentioned all of the offense they've piled up this year, but they're also a club that gives up their fair share of goals, too. In a moment, we'll be joined outside the Monsters dressing room live by Cleveland's leading scorer, Adam Clendenning. I'm told we have Adam with us now. And Clendo, what do you make of that first period? We know Belleville's a high-flying offensive team. With the exception of the late goal, how do you think your team played defensively in the first?
Yeah, I think it was good. We could probably do a better job getting our gaps and not allowing to enter the zone as quickly with possession. But all in all, we give up a power play goal off a tough bounce there. So everything's so good so far.
Yeah, Clendo, Jock here. When you're playing a high offensive team like that, does that change your mentality at all for the way your offensive game is played?
No, not really. I think to get the puck back and be able to play to my strengths, I have to focus on the D side of the puck and having a good gap and making them unload it and chip it in. So, when that happens, I get to the puck first and can make plays.
Finally, it's an amazing atmosphere always here at the FieldHouse, Glendo, but tonight's another absolutely classic evening in downtown Cleveland for hockey. Playing here is something special, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome. I think it's a different giveaway or something tonight, but normal Friday night we're usually looking at 10 to 13,000. That's it's really nice to have, and it's fun to play in front of, and hopefully we can give them what they want.
Adam, really appreciate the time. Best of luck in the second period.
Thanks, Tony.
All right, that is Adam Clendenning. That conversation was presented by Labatt Blue. We'll step away when we come back. Our first intermission report, stats and highlights, and more coming up from the Budweiser Brewhouse and Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse on the Monsters Hockey Network. Welcome back to Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse. After one period of play, the Monsters trailed the Belleville Senators by a score of 1-0. Hey fans, every weekday home game's a hockey happy hour presented by Labatt Blue here at the FieldHouse, starting at just $12. The Monsters happy hour deal includes a lower level ticket, and your first drink is on us. For details on Monsters happy hour presented by Labatt Blue, visit clevelandmonsters.com. So a late goal in the opening period for the Belleville Senators. They've got a 1-0 lead on the Monsters through one. But right now, let's take a closer look at something the Monsters do every Friday night home game the past couple of seasons. They honor area veterans with a program we call Hockey for Heroes. For most spectators, Monsters hockey at Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse is all about the speed of the action, the rush of a big hit, and the thrill of a game-winning goal. But for numerous area military veterans, a Monsters game through the team's Hockey for Heroes program is all about recognition.
Given what these guys have given up and sacrificed, for our freedom, it's real special to see an arena full of people just saying thank you and showing their appreciation. Is real special.
For the past several seasons, the Monsters have teamed with Cleveland's Volunteers of America chapter to host U.S. servicemen and women at every Friday night home game during the season. These Northeast Ohio veterans receive complimentary tickets to the game, concessions items, a Monsters gift bag, recognition on the Humongotron during breaks in the action, and the chance to meet Monsters players post-game outside the team's locker room.
When growing up, my uncle served for 23 years, so it's something that's really important in our family, and these guys are heroes, and they're the tough ones. They make us able to play the game, us able to have freedom, and definitely want to give back whenever I get a chance.
Yes, I've seen games before. Growing up, my dad played, so I just kind of hung around the arena and really enjoyed it. When I was in the service, I went to Canada and watched Buffalo Sabres play, and obviously being here, it was an honor for me to being able to talk to him, and I think he played well, and I really enjoyed watching him play.
I've been, watching hockey since I was 5 years old, so it's a lifetime thing for me. And tonight was just a great experience, seeing and the team play, and it was great to be part, a really loud crowd when it needed to be, and just everybody just, giving their all and, try to give the players more energy.
Some of the guys are blown away, just the whole atmosphere, seeing all the support from everybody. Hockey's real exciting, so for some of them it's the first game, so it's real special.
One-timer, he scores! Power play rip for Stefan Matteau. While a night at a hockey game hardly makes up for the sacrifices of these brave Americans, it's the Monsters' way of saying thank you for all that they've given of themselves to each and every one of us.
Just from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. I think no matter where you're from, we got a lot of foreign guys, Canadian guys, everything, and even they understand the impact of this on the country, and everyone's grateful for them, and they do a really, really tough job.
For more information on the Monsters Hockey for Heroes program, contact the Cleveland chapter of Volunteers of America at 216-458-0923 and learn more at clevelandmonsters.com. One of the great things that the Monsters do, our Hockey for Heroes program, and from the bottom of our hearts on behalf of the entire organization to all the brave servicemen and women of Northeast Ohio, the Monsters say thank you for your service. With that, we'll step aside when we come back. Stats, highlights, and more as we get set for the second period. 1-0 Belleville after one more from the FieldHouse. Next on the Monsters Hockey Network.
Hey Cleveland, this is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time, The Miz. Let's send it back to Tony and Jock in the Budweiser Brewhouse.
Jock, how great is that? Cleveland's own, The Miz, welcoming us back not only to Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse, but the Budweiser Brewhouse. It is awesome up here. As you can see, an unbelievable atmosphere here inside the home ice of the Monsters. And on WWE night, the fans are feeling it with those fanny packs, championship belt fanny packs, the first 10,000 fans.
Yeah, we had people in the office here today wearing them around, and they're pretty cool. I was telling them I had a neon green fanny pack in the early 90s, and I did a lot of rollerblading. It was part of my conditioning, and had my neon green fanny pack going.
If only we had photographic evidence of that. We do have photographic evidence of the highlights from the opening period. It's 1-0 for Belleville after one. Let's take a look. Jock, the story of that period for me, lots of close calls. You see here first for Belleville, a big net front scramble, and then the Monsters, the first of many near misses. Wraparound attempt for Calvin Turkoff doesn't go. You've got here a great chance for Brandon Truk. And Joey DeCord, the goaltender for Belleville, has been fantastic. A breakaway doesn't cooperate for Maxime Fortier. And this is about as close as Cleveland got with this trickling puck on that release from Ryan McInnes. Big net front scramble here as the Senators almost were able to score that first goal, and then they ultimately did as Alex Formanton, the dangerous rookie scorer, snipes it home from the heart of the slot to make it 1-0 in the final minute of the opening period. Take a look now at our first period stats presented by our friends at Medical Mutual. The shots even, Jock. Not any power plays for Cleveland. They haven't had many lately.
No, the shots were a pretty even game. Belleville scored on their power play, obviously, but the Monsters, I thought, did a good job and had some very quality chances, and that's what you're going to see with Belleville. They have offense, but they do let a lot of chances, and offensive players sometimes don't always want to play defense.
Well, that's certainly been true for the Senators this year. Let's revisit our keys to today's game. You said, Jock, goaltending would be key for Cleveland. Well, Brad Thiessen's really getting the job done thus far. Needs a little bit of support offensively.
Yeah, he's made a couple really big saves. He got the help from the post the one time, and but playing well all together. The team's defended pretty well. I thought the bounce there on the power play goal went off the defenseman's shin pad out to the slot, but and the Monsters are competing. I thought all the guys are playing hard. All lines are contributing, and they got to keep that up.
Yeah, this is a game that the Monsters really need. Let's not lose perspective. The Monsters are in 8th place in the North Division standings right now, including tonight's game. Only 20 games left in the regular season for Cleveland. 7 points out of a playoff spot. It can be done. The Monsters qualified on the last day of the regular season last year for the Calder Cup playoffs. So all these points are crucially important, especially against Belleville, the team at the top of the standings right now. We'll take another break. When we come back, it's second period action, plus a word from Monsters president Mike Ostrowski.